Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Energy. This is a podcast we talk all about health and wellness and give you tips and tricks to optimize your mental and physical well-being. Today, I'm joined by a lovely guest, Kavi. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, thank you for having me. My name is Kavi. I'm a trauma-informed yoga teacher and coach, and I'm living in Mumbai right now, but I'm from the same ends as Kian, um, back in Hertfordshire. I grew up in Hertfordshire. Um, but yeah, since the last 6 years, I've been teaching yoga internationally, and it's really a path that I believe in, one to practice and to share. So yeah, I'm so grateful for everything that it's given me and everything, everywhere it's taken me as well.
Yeah, I love that. And we both, for people who don't know, we both went to Roundwoods Park School in Harpenden. She was a year above me. And I think not many people have kind of taken this route of kind of go self-employed and like go somewhere else, live in another country. So yeah, I think it's really cool you're doing that. How do you find living in Mumbai at the moment?
So I've lived in Mumbai for the last year and a half, and it's an adventure. Every day is an adventure. No day is the same. It could not be more opposite to Harpenden life. Um,
Yeah.
could not be more opposite. Harpenden, you can hear nothing, like literally the sound of nothing, and here there's a sound every single second, and maybe you can hear it in the background, like horns and construction. It is colorful. Let's describe it like that.
Mhm.
In terms of all the sounds, but also in terms of life, there's lots of opportunities here, and a huge space for creativity and collaboration and just growing. And I feel that had I stayed in Harpenden, I wouldn't have had this same opportunity and drive around me to grow in the way that I have done. So yeah, right now my day-to-day life looks like hopping in a rickshaw, which is like a tuk-tuk, it's known in England, or in a little taxi and just going around the whole city, teaching yoga to mostly private clients. I also teach online and I do workshops every month. And yeah, that's what I've wanted to make happen full time, and that's how it's going. So really glad for
Yeah,
that.
I love that. And I love how you kind of had a vision of how you want it to look, and then you just took small steps each day to get there.
Yeah.
Taking that first step to being like, okay, yeah, I don't want a normal 9 to 5, I want to become a yoga instructor. Was it quite a scary step? How did it feel?
No, it wasn't scary. I feel like, so just add some science in already. Before you
Yeah.
get to 25, your prefrontal cortex is not developed. So we don't make the best decisions always. And
Mhm.
sometimes we make the best ones because we're not overthinking so much about the repercussions of it. So, like our parents or adults, they're usually like thinking about things in terms of safety a lot more. I very
Mhm.
much before that age, and I still think I'm very free spirited, but kind of had like an effort mindset, of like, I want to do this, I'm going to make it happen. So, yeah, I took 2 gap years after sixth form. Um,
Yeah.
and in the second one, I spent half of it in a prep restaurant in St. Albans, just like grinding my ass off. And
Yeah.
then I was like, you know what? I really want to go to India on my own and just learn about yoga. I was 19 at the time. And yeah, I went to Rishikesh and spent 2 months in an ashram and studying yoga. And there was no intention to become a yoga teacher. Everyone
Wow.
else
Okay.
entered like, yeah, I want to become a teacher. I was like, I don't know why I'm here. I just want to learn about it. I was fascinated by it because I did it as a sport, as part of G of E.
Hmm.
So yeah, the fascination was always there, but then it was COVID, and like how it was. I don't know if you were in Harpenden, but or in England, it
I
was
was at
just
uni.
okay. It was just well, in Harpenden, it was even more dead than it usually is.
Yeah.
So there was space for me to start teaching in like the green and the garden, near where I live, and I just started teaching friends, neighbors, family, and because people had time, like a lot of people started yoga in lockdown.
Hmm.
Um, and it was like a very nice, slow way for me to ease into sharing an art as something very sacred. And then, yeah, it just didn't feel scary for me. The first class I ever gave was part of a exam in the yoga
Hmm.
training, and it just felt so natural to me. And I think everyone in the class felt the same, and they gave me that feedback, which struck a chord in me and made me be like, okay, this is actually something that feels really good, and maybe is something that I need to start sharing with people.
Nice.
But yeah, I fell into it. There was no fear. There was really
Yeah.
no.
That's good. And I love how you kind of got a feeling internally that you knew this is the right thing to do. No one said to you, "Oh, you should go try this. You need to do this." Like you put the hours in and you found out yourself. And I feel like
Yeah,
a lot of people nowadays, they're kind of being told what to do. Like, "Oh, you have to go uni, you have to get this job, you have to do that." But I think like your story and even mine, for example, like starting the health coaching, is quite nice for to see other people like starting their own thing now. So if you really have a passion or a hobby, just go and pursue it because you need to enjoy your job. And if you're not enjoying your
yeah,
job at the moment, like, what's the point of living life? Do you know what I mean? So,
exactly.
and there's so many people, I think, stuck in that cycle that know that they want to be doing something else, but are kind of scared to take the risk. But if you're watching this and you want to be doing something else, just take the risk. Like, go do it. The
Yeah.
worst thing that can happen, it might not work out, but you can try again, maybe try something else. But yeah, that's quite an inspiring story. So thank you for sharing that.
And I just have to say that I think the thing you should be most scared about is how life could be shortened. Like it could be short,
Yeah.
and you may have, issues down the line. Like you should be scared of not doing what you really want to do because you don't know how many days you're guaranteed on Earth. No one knows.
Yeah.
So don't not do things out of fear. I think that's one of
Hmm.
my biggest takeaways from my life so far.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even ask for a key takeaway and you're giving them ready. Thank you. I wanted to ask as well, because I've been doing yoga for like 4 years now, but like once a week in like the Everyone Active gym. How has yoga helped your life or how has it impacted you?
My gosh, where to start? It's like I think it's been my savior. I mean, I've done therapy and I've, this year started my gym journey and I love
Hmm.
that. Everything has something different to give, but there's something about yoga which these other things don't really have. It's holistic.
Yeah.
Um, it the literal definition or translation of yoga is the union of the body and the mind. So you have to address what's happening mentally and also in your body. And these two things are massively interconnected. Like you may experience health issues because something is happening mentally or emotionally, right? So yoga
Hmm.
addresses all of that. And learning about it from a teacher perspective, doing a training in it, you start to understand that on a scientific level. So that's honestly like I would recommend to everyone just do a training in yoga because you get to learn about your body and your mind and how it works. It's not just the physical practice which these gyms offer, and it's great, but it's much more than that. There's meditation, there's
Hmm.
breathing, the pranayama, there's a lot of philosophy around it, but there is so much science. So just understanding that, like the amount of awareness that it's given me is crazy. Um, the amount of empathy, patience, kindness. I think, of course, like my mum has definitely given me that too, and all of my family actually, but um, it has just improved my life in every aspect. And also because like yoga is all about being kind to your body and your mind, you, as a byproduct, you also want to eat healthier and, do less damaging things to your body and be around kind of people as well. You always want to be surrounding yourself with good energy in every aspect of your life. So, yeah, having it properly in my life since 19 years old, I think it's given me such a strong foundation. And yeah, something I'm really, really grateful for doing so young.
Yeah, I love that. And the way you're saying that the course doesn't just teach you like how to do yoga, it teaches you the science behind it. So that once you know the
Mhm.
science, normally it's a bit more effective when you're doing it because you know why it's working and like how it's happening. So yeah,
Exactly.
so that sounds amazing. I think I was thinking about doing a yoga course as well. How many hours is it in
So
total?
I did one that was 200 hours. That was my first one. The one
Yeah.
that most impacted my life was a 25-hour one, and it was around trauma. So
Okay.
the teacher was incredible. She has a psychology background and an art background as well as yoga background. So integrating all of those things was just incredible for me. It helped me to heal a lot from trauma that I've been through. And then just breaking it down, um, breaking the nervous system down, and just really going more into the neuroscience helped me just massively. I think that is like one course I'd really recommend to people. I don't think it matters how many hours you do or
Mhm.
uh, any of this. Like, just find the right training, the right teacher that you want to learn from. Um, and I honestly love doing it as a residential thing, like going to India and being immersed in the lifestyle in Rishikesh where I started. Um, you were it's so disciplined. There's no chance for you to kind of waver off and do other things. Like everything is organized. Your whole day has structure and it's all around looking after your body, mind, spirit, you know? So um
Nice.
yeah, highly recommend you doing it. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think
Find
I
that.
will. And I love Rishikesh as well. That was my favorite place in India. It was incredible. It was so peaceful. Like they've got like a town and the Ganges flowing through the middle. I
Yeah.
remember they said if you went in the Ganges, that all your sins were gone. So obviously I took this opportunity, jumped in as far as I could, like stayed in there for a good 5 minutes, did some meditation after, and I came out and I just felt like pure. It was a weird feeling, but I felt amazing after.
No.
Do you remember the name of the school you went to?
Um, the one that I really recommend is not in Rishikesh. It's
Okay.
called Preksha Yoga Ashram, and it's
Yeah.
in Goa, which is also really beautiful. There are more updated ones I can recommend for anyone who wants it for Rishikesh. But yes, I agree with you. It's such a peaceful place. I have gone there a while ago. I don't know when you went. But
I went 2 years ago.
okay. So yeah, you maybe have a more like updated kind of mindset on it. I went like 6 years ago
Hmm.
and um yeah, it was really peaceful then as well. For those of you who don't know, Rishikesh is the birthplace of yoga. Um, and it is like a spiritual heaven. Like every other store is a meditation, crystal, sound healing, then yoga, and it's just
Hmm.
energy and then healthy food. And then you have the Ganga like running through it. And that is just so sacred. Like you said, like it's such a special place. And yeah, if you can go in your life, I recommend coming to India either way, whether you go to Rishikesh or not. I think maybe you felt this too, like it's Mother India. There is something so divine and sacred about India that I haven't felt in any other country. I mean, obviously it's where we're from originally as well, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, there's so much here, like in terms of spirituality, religion, food, so much to offer.
I
Yeah.
felt that. I felt like a sense of being at home. That's how I
Mhm.
can describe it. Like, it was just a really nice energy. So I'm definitely gonna go back soon and go back again and travel it more. Also for anyone who, are you offering online coaching at the moment anywhere in the world? Yoga coaching?
Yes, I do. I do online classes, group
Yeah.
classes every Monday morning, 7 a.m. UK time. And then I do one-to-one classes for anyone who needs. And I also just want to extend this out. It's a service that I'm starting offering. If anyone is a yoga teacher and just needs guidance on how to like build their life as a yoga teacher and or they're just unclear about anything, I'm offering coaching around that as well. And I have a retreat coming up in October
Wow.
next year in Rishikesh. So a lot of my UK clients want to join me for that. So extending the invite out to you and your audience as well.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
might see me there. To be fair, that sounds unreal.
Yeah, come through. It's going to be like slightly away from the city center of Rishikesh, really just in the mountains and absolute peace. Like Rishikesh, also for those who don't know, it's underneath the Himalayas. So you just see like this stunning view. The air is incredible. Yeah, the peace that you feel there is unlike anywhere else I've been.
Nice. And if anyone did want to do some coaching or online yoga sessions with you, how would they find you? Through Instagram?
Yes. So my
Yeah.
Instagram is Yoga with Kavi. There I also have my email and a Calendly link for you to book a call with me. Um, all the details are in my Instagram. So yeah.
Nice. I'll put a link of your Instagram in the description of the video. I
Great.
wanted to talk a little bit more about the trauma informed side of it, because that's the main thing you're doing at the moment, isn't it?
Yes. So what would you like to know?
I want to know kind of how it works. Is it for people who have trauma? Is it to help people relieve the symptoms of trauma? And how does that work in the style of yoga? Like, is there certain positions you do that help? Or
hmm Okay. So, when you go through something traumatic,
Mhm.
you have some after effects, right? And you feel this in many different ways. It varies per person. Some people get triggered, they have flashbacks. Some people can't sleep well or eat normally. Other people just go numb. Um, there are different responses that we go through, um, depending on how we are, how we're wired. So the nervous system gets really affected. And I'm sure you've all heard about fight, flight, freeze. That's kind of the initial response when we go through something traumatic. And the way that this trauma informed training has taught me is how to regulate yourself again, to get from that fight or flight state that you're constantly in when you go through something traumatic, and just get yourself to a regulated state, which is your parasympathetic nervous system, where you can rest, digest, and process. And when you're regulated, you're so much clearer in everything in your life, um, from making decisions to sleeping. It just starts from having that regulated in your body. Um, so yeah, there aren't specific positions I would
Mhm.
advise, but what we do is we make it a holistic experience as well, talking about where you're at in your life, what you're going through. I really, from day one, it's been my mission to create a safe space in yoga. So if you want to share anything, if you want to cry, so many people just cry in my sessions because they feel safe, they feel held. There's a like very nurturing energy that I offer, and I am very empathetic in the way that I see small cues in your body and the way that you're responding to things as well. It's very gentle. It's a compassionate practice. It's not like, okay, hands up, hands down, let's go through this, that
Yeah.
set sequence. I really meet you
Mhm.
on the day, what you need, and then we go through, it sounds so cheesy, but a journey together,
No, it's
from
nice. It's good.
and yeah, it's and I can just like honestly, I really believe in what I do because I see it in my private clients, the way their lives have changed. And not even just in their bodies, but professionally, in their relationships with themselves and with other people. Um, it's undeniable, like that the impact it's making. So yeah.
That's nice. I can really see how passionate you are about it as well, which is cool. And like, you know what you're doing is helping people. And it's nice feeling doing that as a job, isn't it? When you're waking up every day and you're like, wow, I'm going to help someone today. And like, and also it can be my business as well. So I love that. And
Exactly.
I didn't know this, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't realize that there is a thing called trauma informed yoga. That is really interesting how you can help someone with problems and issues they've had in their life through yoga.
Exactly. Because I think in the West there's a huge kind of misunderstanding of yoga that either it's about I can't touch my toes or it's about you're coming in for a workout, and it's neither. It's it's both, but it's so much more than that. Um, I'm never gonna be like, you can't touch your toes, get out of here, you're not good at yoga. That's not what I'm looking for at all. Sometimes I don't think I ever focus on making people touch their toes, but for some reason it's a huge
Yeah.
misconception about yoga. Um, the trauma informed side is is just understanding. It is still every traditional aspect of yoga, the meditation and the breathing and the physical poses, the asanas, but um, it's just understanding somebody's life experience versus just their body, because everyone has a different body and a different life experience.
Yeah, nice. And I think the thing I learned from yoga the most is every session I go to, they always say to you, okay, do your best you can do. So you're not like looking around at everyone else and trying to beat them, beat their poses. Because I can't even cross my legs like for more than 10 seconds. So I'm sitting there doing all these alternative poses, but it doesn't matter because that teaches you a good lesson for life that you should just always be a better version of yourself rather than trying to be better than someone else, which I thought is quite a powerful takeaway from yoga.
For sure. And I think that's also sometimes in group sessions, I get people to close their eyes. So you just focus on the guidance and you focus on listening to yourself, your intuition, because that's the most important thing to trust. And it's not a space, you don't go to a group class for comparison. What's the point of that? That's not going to better yourself, right? Like you've said it really well anyway, but yeah, it's a very much internal thing. I kind of see it as hygiene, like just like we brush our teeth,
Yeah.
yoga
Mhm.
is also like that form of hygiene.
Yeah, I like you did an Instagram video about the hygiene thing. It was good. I remember that one. And it was all about
I'm stepping, but
yeah, and all your mental hygiene and like, your energy, surrounding yourself with good people. So it's not just about like what you eat and what you drink. It's also about the things you do in life, and that takes the holistic approach, which I think my coaching and like yoga also does.
yeah.
For someone who wants to start in yoga and they've never done it before, what would your tips be for them? Like some top tips, would it just be to go to a session? Would it be to do like one online at home, maybe to try it first?
My tips would be try to think about what's your intention. Why do you feel like you are curious about yoga? Because maybe it's as simple as that. But there's usually some sort of reason, like maybe it's around flexibility, maybe it's something that you want to work through mentally as well. And don't give up. When you go to one class and you don't connect with the teacher, which happens often, don't just say, okay, yoga's not for me. Like, please give it a chance because there are so many teachers. We all have something different to add. And yeah, just give it a try and don't go in with an expectation if you
Hmm.
can, because I know that's super easy to do, but um, yeah, like the more open-minded we are, the more we'll be able to receive.
No.
Um, And yeah, you can always try an online session. I think a lot of people come to me because they feel intimidated by group classes or they feel like they're doing something wrong and they don't have that one-to-one attention. So if that feels like intimidating for you as well, reach out to somebody um, and have a one-to-one session. If you're in England, in Hertfordshire, I can definitely recommend some yoga teachers there. If you're online and you want to try with me, of course, we can do something. But there's a teacher for everyone. And again, cheesy but true. The teacher will show up um, when you're ready, not necessarily
Yeah.
when you're like Googling all the time. Like the teacher will
Yeah.
show up. You just trust it.
I like that. There's a teacher for everyone. I'm gonna put that quote on my wall. That's a nice one. So to summarize for people listening, so some three main tips is uh, set an intention. So think about why you're doing the yoga. Don't give up because a lot of people can get scared after the first session and be like, oh my God, everyone's so much better than me. I remember I had that doubt at the beginning. I was like, who cares what people think? And then the last one is no expectations. Don't go in there thinking, oh my God, this is going to solve everything in my life. Eventually that will come and it will help, but don't go with an expectation that everything's going to be amazing after 1 hour of yoga.
Yeah, I think it's probably like similar to your ad advice that you give to people in your work that it's not a one-stop shop, like alcohol or drugs, they might numb things for a while. They might make things better for a while. Um, Yoga, looking at your nutrition, going to therapy, any of these kind of things, you're facing yourself full on, which is not glamorous and it's not easy all the time. So just again, reiterating, let go of that expectation. It's definitely not going to solve you in 1 hour. The
Hmm.
whole thing about everything in life is about consistency, right? So if you see it in the gym, you don't go to the gym and have walk out with abs. Like you have to keep going and keep showing up. And the same thing
Yeah,
there.
yeah, so true. And that's like with life, isn't it? Everything amazing is it's easy to get. Like you can't just take a pill that will fix everything. It does take time and effort to work on yourself, and like it could take days, months, or it could take forever. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to be perfect, so it's always good to work on yourself, like mentally, physically, and even spiritually. Where I wanted to ask, where do you see yoga in like 5 years? Like, do you see it in schools? Do you see it as like part of PE? Because at the moment, I'm not sure. I don't think they do it in PE at the moment in schools.
Do you know what? Even at Roundwood, I did do a bit of yoga and PE. They just
Okay.
whacked on a video on YouTube, and it was, yeah, it wasn't the best, but at least they tried. Um,
Yeah.
in India, it's already in schools.
Okay.
Um, so people are learning from a young age, and I really hope that it will come across to the West as well. Because when I was 15, I used to be terrified of needles, like really, really bad. I like couldn't have an injection, and obviously there's like important ones that you need to have. So the school nurses at Ramwood, they got me to do hypnotherapy. So that's kind of
Ah,
also like some sort of start into mindfulness that I had from a young age. Um, and that was amazing. And then like since then, like I've got so many piercings and just like not scared of needles at all. But um, yeah, I hope that that service is available for a lot of people. And I would love to see breathing mostly being
yeah,
added into, you know, um, before exams. Like imagine we go into
definitely.
scary exam halls and you're already stressed and then you just have to start. Like we did that, right? Imagine
Yeah.
everyone just had a guided meditation right before we start, like 2 minutes of just following your breath or
That's all
just
it is. It just needs to be 2 minutes, isn't it?
exactly 2 minutes. You can do it at any time. Like even though I'm being whacked around in a rickshaw here, like all around the city, I'll just do my breathing along the way or do a bit of meditation. And then you just get to the next place a bit more grounded, a bit more
Hmm.
centered. And I
Hmm.
think especially for teenagers, like kids as well, but teenagers, like we go through a really anxious time. At least I did. So if that would have been there, I think that would be really nice because one thing my original yoga teacher told me is if everyone is breathing in the same pace, same frequency, there's harmony. So just imagine the power. Like, I don't know if you're into breathing that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, 100%. I'm into it so much. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if there's a hall of students, like 100 students, just breathing together
Yeah.
and then doing a paper, not only would they be clearer minded and answering from a like full cup, but they would also be calm. They wouldn't be
Yeah.
stressed as much.
Yeah.
And I
It
hope
helped me a
that
lot. Breathing, the meditation in general helped me a lot, especially growing up. And I remember I was so anxious at school. Probably the same for yourself. And like, I realized actually one little tool, it's like a free tool, takes 5 minutes a day. It could help so much. So I want to try and my mission is to try and bring that into schools. I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that, but I think that would help so much, just everyone's lives growing up. And it'd help the parents as well. If they learned the tool, then they'd know how to deal with the kids' problems better.
for sure, absolutely. I mean, I think we can all like wish that parents and the generation above us would do these things, but at least like I don't know. I'm not saying that they're not open and conscious, but at the end of the day, change always starts with ourselves, and
Hmm.
wish for other people to change, but we can't force anyone to. The change has to come from yourself. You have to want to do it for yourself, and
Yeah.
then as a byproduct, again, people around you soften. They also kind of they're inspired. They change as well by your energy, right? Like energy is not something you can buy or earn.
No.
It's something that you can't hide. It's real. So
Yeah.
um yeah, if you work on that, everyone around you, everything around you feels and seems better.
Yeah, I love that. And obviously, yoga is really good physically. Obviously, you become more flexible, you reduce your chance of injuries, and it can help. just relax your whole body and, like you say, your parasympathetic nervous system. What are the mental and sort of mindset things that yoga has given you? How has it helped you mentally, would you say?
I noticed when I start my day with yoga, I'm much less reactive. Even if I'm going through something hard, I am grounded and um, just being calm. I think
Hmm.
I think I am an anxious person, and like I've taken a lot of flights alone, which is a privilege, but um, sometimes there's turbulence, and you're worried, you're on your own.
Yeah.
All the tools from yoga, like mantras as well, they've all been there for me. And I just feel like I know how to regulate myself.
Yeah.
I'm my own best friend. And it's also allowed me to receive and
Hmm.
uh, give. It's just, I don't know, it's really like helped me. And I think I sleep really well. My like cycle is really regular because my hormones are in check because of this practice, because of how I eat. Like everything is like good in my life.
No, there's one thing you said that stood out the most is allowed yourself to be your own best friend.
Yeah.
That's really powerful, and I think it's important nowadays to learn to be comfortable in our own company and like enjoy that because obviously not everyone's going to be there for you forever. So we have to learn to be happy with the things that we do and be able to sit with ourselves alone sometimes. And I think that stems into your emotional regulation, being able to kind of not let all the thoughts take over and kind of be still and like settled and centered. So I really like that. Thank you for sharing that. I ask this questions, or you're only my second guest, but I ask these questions to all my guests. What would one advice be for your 5-year-old self?
5 year old. Um, just have fun. That was what came to my head straight away.
Hmm.
Um, Kids can be mean, but just laugh it off. Um, and just being really honest, like you don't always have to be the older sister all the time. Um, and like stay with the mindset of all your dreams are possible. One of my friends told me something that has stuck with me. And she said, if you're able to dream it, you're able to do it because that means that it's possible.
Yeah.
So
Well,
otherwise you wouldn't think about it, right? So
yeah.
having that mindset, I'd love to tell my 5 year old self, like, just keep having that one. And I think I have. But yeah, maybe every 5 year old needs
Nice.
to do that.
Yeah. Do you think you made your 5-year-old self proud? I think you have. Do you think you have? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. It's nice to remind yourself that, isn't it? Sometimes because sometimes we think we could always do better, but it's nice to look back and like see your 5-year-old self looking at you like in the corner of the room and they'll be like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. He's doing well. He's a nice person now.
Yeah, for sure. And I think my 5 year old self would never have imagined that I've lived in as many countries as I have and that I now live in India on my own.
Yeah, that's mad.
But it's still like somehow like sometimes isn't registered with me. Um, but yeah, it's really important sometimes to look back and be like, see how far you've come. So I like that
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Kavi. You've taught me a lot about yoga. I've learned a lot I didn't know, and I'm sure the viewers will love hearing more about yoga. If you want to check out her Instagram, I'll put the link in the description, and she shares loads of helpful tips, just not even about yoga, just about life. So yeah, I recommend following her. And yeah, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the chat, and I'll chat soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed our conversation as well.
No worries. We'll have another episode actually, because I think we can talk about a lot more stuff. And yeah, it was a good conversational episode.
Sure. And if anyone has any questions about anything, like you're also very welcome to just reach out and ask. I'd love to help.
Perfect. I might see you at the retreat in Rishikesh.
Yeah, please do. Otherwise, at the gym whenever I'm back.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. See you later. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.